Welcome to your yoga practice. This is a short yoga practice that can be done at any time of the day. It's great to do in the mornings because we really get to work energetically with the body to shift energy, and it can really set your intention for the day. We're going to work quite a lot through the spine. We'll work with the breath energetically. We'll do some seated postures, and then we'll do some standing postures. And then we'll have a really lovely meditation towards the end, not too long, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And let's just jump straight in. So if you're not already sat cross-legged, find a cross-legged position. So just sit in the center of your mats. This can be quite uncomfortable for some people, especially if you tighten the hips. So I would recommend, if that's the case, you can always place a block, or if you don't have a block, then just place like a book underneath your hips. And that can really kind of lengthen out the spine. It can raise up the hips. It just means that you have that passive stretch going through your knees, and you should feel nice and comfortable like that. So first posture is called Sufi grind. Place the hands onto the knees, and all we do is we inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. Keep the breath nice and deep. As I say, you just inhale forward, exhale back. And the eyes can be closed or the gaze can just be soft. Whatever feels right for you. And all we're doing here is we just begin to rotate the torso around the hips. Working with the breath. And just go at a speed that feels good for you. So you might, start really slow. Some people like to sit up a little bit higher, especially if they're a little bit tight in the back. So you might be here. You might bend right into the elbows. Inhale forward, exhale back. So we're just working into the lumbar spine, the lower spine. And especially in the mornings, this area can become really tight. That's how it is for a lot of us. We lie in bed and things begin to stiffen up. So this is a really nice way just to ease out any tightness. And then we're also working into the hips as well. Outer hips mainly, but also a little bit into the inner hips. And then change directions. Inhale forward, exhale back. Just a few more rotations like this. Then inhale to center. Sit nice and tall. Feel the length of the spine. And exhale fully. Nice work. And then from here, just cross the chins over. So it's just so we don't get an imbalance in the hips. So we'll always have a dominant chin. So it's just nice to kind of just swap over here. And then from here, we're going to do a spinal flex. So you place your hands on your front knee, on your front shin. And what you're going to do, you're going to inhale the chest forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So it looks like this. The eyes can be closed again here. We might just keep the gaze nice and soft. Inhale forward, exhale back. And again, we're just moving the lower spine here. Just bringing the chest through. On an inhale, round it into the spine on an exhale. Flexing through that lower spine and just building energy up here. And building energy up through the spine towards the brain. It's a great way to work with the central nervous system and a great way to wake the body up every single morning. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then from here, just carry on with that same movement, but place the hands on the knees, and now you've got full spinal flex. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Try and keep your chin nice and still. Inhale, bring the chest through. Exhale, round into the spine. Nice work, just keep that going. And then inhale forward. And then from here, just hold the breath. So just hold the breath in, pull the belly up and in to squeeze right into the belly. We sometimes say squeeze root lock. Maybe close the eyes here. And exhale fully. Perfect. And then from here, if the eyes are closed, just bring them open. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your thumb and your forefinger together. We call this Gyan Mudra. This is the mudra of wisdom and knowledge. Just rest the hands, palms up onto the knees. Maybe close the eyes. And just take some nice long, deep inhales, long, deep exhales. And just notice how you're feeling so far. Notice how the breath feels in the body. Did it feel long and smooth? Did it feel short and choppy? Don't try and change anything, just bring attention to the breath. And then also attention to the physical sensations. Maybe you feel a bit of an ache in the lower back. Maybe you feel a little bit uncomfortable because you've been sat just for a period of time. Again, just notice what you're noticing here. Feeling the belly rise. Feeling the belly fall. And then if the eyes are still closed, then just gently blink the eyes open. Perfect, nice work. And then let's just do this, just to release any tension from the hips, the lower back. Split the feet so they're about hip width apart, and then just windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Palms can just face forward, fingers facing forward. And then we just bring these little dynamic postures in between, just to alleviate any tightness, any strain that might have built up. The worst thing that you can do is to be uncomfortable in your yoga practice, especially when we're sat for periods of time, especially like in this class. You know, my body's pretty tight. I've done a lot of cardio work over the years, you know, running and cycling. So my hips and lower back can be a little bit tight at times. So just these movements can really help. And then just come back to center and then recross the legs. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to twist the spine. So bring the hands onto the shoulders. What you've got little fingers at the front, the thumbs at the back. Try and keep the elbows at the height of the shoulders. And then we inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. I like to keep the eyes closed on this one just because you can feel a little bit dizzy. Inhale left, exhale right. This is a pretty simple move that we're doing here. Simple posture. Inhaling left, exhaling right, just twisting the spine open. It's super profound. It's so good for spinal health. Inhaling left, exhaling right, twisting the spine from side to side. And then inhale back to center. Pull the belly up and in again. Squeeze the belly, retain the breath. And exhale, just float the hands down. Again, thumb and forefinger together. Come back to the breath. Maybe keep the eyes closed, whatever feels safe for you. And again, just Tune in with the sensations. Maybe you feel some energy in the body, maybe you feel some tingling in the shoulders, heat at the navel center. Again, just notice what you're noticing here. Feeling the flow of the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Really great. And then if the eyes are closed, then just gently open the eyes. Fantastic stuff. And then from here, we'll just come to stand. So just simply coming up to stand. And then we'll just open the body up a little bit more, working with the arms, opening up the chest, working into the lower back. Have your feet so they're about hip width apart. Have your hand on your heart. So right hand on the heart, sorry. And it's inhale, swing the left arm out. Exhale, right. So you just swap over. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This one should feel just, I don't know, kind of like just a little bit of fun. You know, the body's warmed up. We've worked a lot into the spine. We've worked into the shoulders. So this is where we just get this opportunity just to open up. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Feel the rootedness of your feet into the floor. All four corners of your feet just pressing into your mat. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. Just a few more on either side. And then inhale back to center. Take a deep inhale. Full exhale here. Just have the palms face forward. Maybe close the eyes again. Just come back to the breath. Check in with your experience so far. Nice work. And if the eyes are still closed, just gently blink the eyes open. Great stuff. We'll do two more postures standing up. There's this idea that yoga, you have to be super flexible, you know, or you've got to be really fit to be able to do it. And that's just not the case with yoga. In these classes, what we do is we move the energy around the body. We work quite energetically with the breath and also with the physical movements, but it's not about flexibility. Yoga, that's not part of it. You know, with a strong yoga practice or a regular yoga practice, you will begin to get more flexible. But the way that we work here is we work slowly. So you'll just see those increments just happen from time to time or over time. And the idea of yoga is just paying attention to the breath and paying attention to the physical sensations in the body. That's as simple as it can be. Great. So this one, what we're going to do, you're going to bring the hands up and you're going to have the elbows bent. Remember, we've got the same mudra, so the thumb and forefinger are together, the other fingers are out straight. And then we're going to inhale, we lift the arms up, one knee comes up, exhale, we bring the arms down, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're just swapping over the knees and then we move energetically with the arms. Try not to let your elbows come down too low, try and get them to come pretty much at the height of the shoulders. And we'll just do this for maybe 2 minutes together, so it's been quite powerful. Just join in when you want. Then you've got the rhythm now, so just inhaling the arms up, lifting alternate knees, working energetically with the breath. Lift those knees as high as you can. Obviously, if you feel any pain within the shoulders, then either, just take a complete rest or just go very gently. Otherwise, you might be feeling just a little bit of tightness in the shoulders now. Come back to the breath, find your presence. Your presence is always in the breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Just a few more. And then inhale up. Hold the breath, stretch through the fingers, find some stillness, pull the belly up and in. And exhale. Just bring the arms down. Bring the hands face forward. Palms face forward, come back to the breath. Close the eyes if that feels good. And again, just come back to the sensations. If you're anything like me, then you'll feel just a heart beating away, your loyal heart, never letting you down. Feel some heat in the body, maybe a tingling in the shoulders. Just notice what you're noticing again. Again, that's just what yoga is. Noticing what's going on within the mind, noticing what's going on in terms of the physical body. If you feel any, aches and strains anywhere, then just send the breath to those areas. Maybe it's in your lower back, maybe some tightness in the shoulders. And then from here, take a really deep inhale right to your heart center. Full exhale. Deep inhale to the heart center. Full exhale. And then one more, really deep inhale to the heart center. And full exhale. Really beautiful. The eyes are still closed, then just gently blink the eyes open. And then there's one more standing posture. This one's called Paint the Aura. So this is really good fun. You can really shift the energy. What you want to do is, when I have your feet about hip width apart again, slight bend in the knees. You can see my knees are slightly bent. I want to protect my lower back. I want to protect my hamstrings. I'll show you what it looks like. We inhale the arms up. Exhale. Bring the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So again, you just want to be going at the speed that feels good for you. And again, just have some fun with this one. You can really shift the energy around in the body. It can really be a game changer in your yoga practice. Let's start this one. Inhale up, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can inhale light, exhale darkness, or just inhale the good stuff, exhale anything you don't need. Inhale positivity, exhale negativity. Let it go. And then inhale up, stretch through the fingers, pull the belly up and in, retain the breath at the top, just hold the breath, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, just bring the hands down nice and slowly. And then just come back to seated just on your mat. Bring the hands onto the knees, thumb and forefinger together, palms face up, maybe close the eyes. Just let everything settle. Come back to the breath. And just let the physicality of that last posture just wash away. Beautiful. If the eyes are still closed, then just gently blink the eyes open. Nice. And then from here, let's just do some shoulder shrugs. So again, the palms are face down on the knees. Inhale the shoulders up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You can close the eyes here, and if you do that, then just focus right in between the eyebrows. This is what we call the third eye. Relax through the face. And as you exhale, really drop the shoulder blades down the back. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and in our neck. So this is just a really nice way to relieve any of that tension. You can do one shoulder, you can do the other, you can do them both at the same time, whatever feels good. And then inhale the shoulders up. Hold the breath, pull the belly up and in. Squeeze. And exhale. Perfect. And then from here, just inhale the head to the left. Exhale the head to the right. You just inhaling left. Exhaling right. So you're just moving through the neck, through the cervical spine. Really gently. Take your time here. Inhale left. Exhale right. Again, hold an incredible amount of tension here. So if you find any tight spots, maybe just pause and breathe through any areas of discomfort. There shouldn't be any pain, so just go nice and light here. This is, again, a very simple movement, but again, super profound. And it really helps me just tune in with how I'm feeling. It comes towards the end of the practice, so maybe contrast how you feel now to how you felt at the start of the class. A few more either side. Inhale left. Exhale right. And then just inhale to center. Pull the belly up and in. And exhale. Perfect. And then from here, you might stay just seated in a cross-legged position, or if you're lucky enough to have something like I do, like a bolster, maybe you'll just sit over a bolster. Just make sure that you're comfortable. We're here for maybe five minutes in total. So you want to find that length in the spine. You want to make sure that you can support the posture. You don't want to be uncomfortable because you're going to be concentrating on the breath, and you don't want to be distracted in your short meditation here. So you might sit in a chair. You might sit with your back against a wall. And then we're going to use a breath rhythm. What we're going to do, we're going to inhale in 4 sniffs, and then we're going to exhale with 1 long exhale out through. All of these are out through the nose. So I'll show you what it looks like. It will look like this. So 4 sniffs in, 1 long exhale. It's fantastic for just using that breath rhythm. It teaches how to breathe well. At the top of that 4th inhale, you want to have inhale your full lung capacity, and then you exhale your full lung capacity out in that 1 long exhale. I like to use, again, Gyan Mudra. Hands are just on my thighs, or you might be on your knees, or you can just place the hands in your lap, whatever feels good for you. There's no rules here. And then again, I like to focus at the third eye, so I just roll my eyes back and up, and then I just close the eyes. I'll start, and then you can join in when it feels good for you. Inhaling in 4, exhale 1 long exhale. And then just do one more round. And one long exhale. And then just come back to the breath. Long, deep inhales, long, deep exhales. Just in and out through the nose. And just notice the effects of your practice today. Notice the shifts. And then you can bring your hands to heart center. Just press your thumbs just lightly against your sternum, sit nice and tall. And just take this time to appreciate the time that you've taken this morning to do some yoga, to work with your physical body, to work with the mind, setting your intention for a great day. And then you can just bow your head down, namaste, and satnam. And then you can open your eyes. Perfect. Hopefully you've enjoyed this practice this morning. You may have done it in the afternoon. As I say, you can do these practices at any time. It's just less than half an hour, so it should be achievable, I guess, just to maybe get into a routine of doing this and just do it over a number of days and see how you feel afterwards. You can go to www.spacetobreathecollective.co.uk for any other information about the classes that we run. And hopefully I'll see you in the yoga room soon. Cheers.